Hello everyone, and welcome to Hermitcraft Season 7. Go! Go! Stop!
Howdy y'all, Joe Hill's here swimming toward Xisuma.
Where are we going? That's the
Where do we start? That's the question.
I would say make a wise decision and head
Oh,
towards the
thanks,
tree.
X. That's you're so useful. I've always said so.
Oh wait,
Okay.
this isn't wise.
I mean,
This
head
is
towards
wise
the Mushroom Island, you won't find any trees there.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a sunken ship here.
Hermitcraft Season 7, Hermit's at Sea.
We're just following.
We put the sea in Season 7.
I said I
feel like
cannot perform magic in front of anyone.
I feel like a beautiful swan mother.
You're dying though, dude.
Oh, no.
Oh, who else is dying?
Yeah,
Can you
you blood.
They can for a while, Xisuma.
I sniped it from B-dubs.
Thing is, I seriously forgot how quickly you run out of water bubbles
pretty
without
cool.
aggro affinity.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude, we don't even have shulker boxes. You know how annoying it's gonna be just to get sand from anywhere? You literally have,
we're back.
That's true.
Back at
you have to
season.
carry it in your inventory, man. It's like,
How are you
Oh my
swimming
God.
that fast, Mumbo? What the?
Let's
I'm
get
down
back
to 3
having
hearts.
Already cheating.
Uh-oh.
Okay, we're going to be able to get a bed
My
over
tree.
here.
My tree.
So, night shouldn't be too
excellent.
much of a problem.
safe
Yeah,
lands.
I'm heading toward the trees.
There is a
Steve,
single
I
tree on
followed
this
you.
island, guys.
You got
Thinking
David
you knew where
Hasselhoff
you were
over here
going.
Flying past.
When are we doing the intro? Was that the intro?
That was wait, that was the intro? Oh my god. I thought that was a joke intro.
That's awesome.
So basically at this point, I've just gone through here and I've started harvesting out some of this wood in order to, I don't know, not die. I don't have a great plan for what I'm doing. Howdy y'all, Joe Hill's
Steve?
here, recording. Oh,
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Everybody's leaving.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Everybody just left.
yeah.
you got real quiet. I got
Bye.
scared.
See you.
Yeah.
I
Are
found
there
a
any
sunken
trees there,
ship.
Etho?
I don't see any.
Oh, okay.
We chose poorly.
We did.
Thank you.
Oh man. Oh, did you get my stuff?
Yeah.
Are you guys down by the mesa?
Yeah. We went
Yeah,
towards
this
the
is
mesa.
terrible.
I'm not going
This is-
there.
This is
anymore.
the wrong direction.
Yeah, guys, if you
I'm
guys are by the mesa, there's
There's
a
nothing.
sunken ship right here. I'm bobbing above it if you want to grab some logs out
Yeah, I
of that.
found it.
The mesa's huge.
Solid start here, guys.
How are we on daylight? When is the, how far is the moon along? I'm way below the sea, so I can't tell.
X just
It just
so.
turned day.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Okay,
we
well,
got
here's what
here?
I'm gonna do. I just got enough wood to make a bunch of boats. I'm gonna head back to the spawn island if I can find it, and put a chest full of boats there for everybody.
Oh, dude, you're an angel.
A gorgeous,
Halo.
beautiful angel. It's me, Joe Hills.
Sweet
I
angel
know.
face.
I know that north there's all those islands and stuff. I'm trying to get past this mushroom island, but it's so big.
Oh, the lifesaver. Thank you.
On my way.
That cost me dearly.
I had a boat and everything, and I just.
Oh, but it paid off. I got a golden apple.
Oh,
Hey, Keralis, can I
nice.
throw you
Ooh,
some,
nice.
you want to help me torch this island real quick, so that way we don't have stuff spawning on it?
Oh, yeah. We torch.
no.
I torch, I help.
A lot of death happening.
Who die?
Cleo, apparently.
Oh, sweet wood.
Hey,
Cleo died.
who do I?
It's in my sights. It's right there.
Torch it up.
Alrighty, and then feel free to grab a boat if you like. I put some in the chest.
nothing's gonna
There's
spawn
not as
here.
many as I
Thank
would
you
have
so
liked,
much.
but it's a
There's
start.
3 torches remaining. Take them.
Oh, thank you. Here's a
Thank
chest,
you so much.
or
I'm gonna take
a
one boat.
workbench too.
That's all I need.
I think
If
I have to
you-
resort to killing this rabbit for food.
I had to kill
I'm hacking
mushrooms
Joe.
sometimes.
Thank you so much.
My bare hand.
You're welcome.
If you guys are looking for
Sweet
wood
angel
in like
face.
regular land, negative 330.
I'm on my boat. I'm on a boat.
I see a sea of trees. Oh, this is the most beautiful sight.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
Man, this mushroom island is huge.
Yeah, it's really big.
Mumbo's down.
Yep.
Oh, poor guy. That's a death's first day.
Here you go, Mumbo. Oh, he can't hear me. No, he just walked through the side into the sea. Mumbo, come back.
Let him swim.
Oh, okay, I tried. He's turning around. He's turning around. Okay.
Mumboats.
Oh, Iskall's here too.
Oh, they actually died near me. I gotta find their stuff.
Hey, it's fair game, man.
They'll never know.
Yeah. It just despawned. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it took a long time to swim there.
Well, what do you know? In the back corner of this room here, I seem to have missed a significant amount of treasure. I've been so busy collecting the wood out of here that I haven't bothered, collecting the ores, apparently. Or these are even more, they're more than ore, they're refined. The finest of refined metals, gold, emeralds, iron. This is good stuff. I need to take this downstairs to my crafting bench and maybe get some actual iron tools because, wow. Yeah, this is going poorly for me otherwise. Let's see here. We're just going to swim right on through here. Boop. There we go. Get set up. Ooh, we can make a bucket or a lantern. But like I said, I think that iron tools are really going to be where it is at in the short term. We have enough ingots here, or enough of these little nuggets to make one more ingot. So it seems like with 6, we're going to want a pick and an axe, and boom, there we go. That is the way to go. We are going to be able to hew this ship into many, many pieces so much faster. You might say, Joe, what's the goal of hewing the ship into so many pieces? Well, right now, we just need to make sure that the main area of the spawn is actually usable. Like, we need to have places for people to get materials if they die and don't have a bed or something, And the boats we got so far have been a good start. But having a little bit of extra wood and some extra, stone tools wouldn't be the end of the world either. So we can go ahead and get that set up now. Time skip. I have fully restocked the boat chest here, and we've got some kelp cooking in the furnace if people need food on their way out the door, or off the island. Traditionally, being voted off the island would be bad, but here on Hermitcraft, we like to do things a little bit differently. We don't vote. We just leave islands. It's more self-determination through actual, embarkation. Yeah, so we are going to embark on a great journey. Now, I was thinking about heading to an area I wanted to explore as a possible base, but I realized I've also got some buried treasure maps here that we discovered in that sunken ship. And do they both point? They both point to the same treasure. Well, I think we should try to at least find this treasure because it sounds awesome. We're very early game yet, and I don't really have everything I need to do everything I want to do. So, anything that I can discover that'll make adventuring easier, probably want to just, seize that opportunity. So, let's go ahead and row a little bit this way. I think generally this direction should get us closer to... Okay, we're at least on the map now. Can I put this in my offhand? There we go. So now we want to go generally this way, it looks like. Hopefully no other duplicate buried treasure maps have led other hermits here yet. Despair strikes me as I realize that this treasure map is worthless. I think another hermit already got here. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to continue to explore the broader area of the server. I'm thinking there's an area up this way that I might want to establish my base in. It is going to be near some other folks, probably, because we're trying to all settle nearby this season instead of way the heck out there like we did in Season 5. Hopefully that pays off for us. So the trick is figuring out where I am going and when I get there. So we might as well proceed at a pace. Time skip. what I'm hoping for this season is to establish myself at the mouth of this great bay in which we are settling. Our spawn island is in a gigantic bay, and I want to capture where that bay meets the sea as my territory. So that way, I can charge shipping tariffs and all that, It just seems like a good way to make money on the server, to control the port of entry for everyone's commerce. Now, of course, we're going to need some folks to settle outside the mouth of the bay in order for that to work. In the long term, that hasn't happened, as far as I know. So this might be a fool's errand, but sometimes when we invest in the future, it pays off. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a try. We are still just skirting the edge of the bay here, though. Let's see, is this it here? Is this the mouth? This might be it. Ooh, is there a shipwreck? Oh. Shipwrecks to shipwrecks, dust to dust. I think that this place is a must settle, possibly. Unless I'm in the wrong place. I'm going to have to check some coordinates. But first, let's check some shipwrecks. What do we got down here? We got, stuff. Is there stuff down here? There's a chest. Yeah, we're going to take those. Then we're going to slowly drown. Let's try not to actually slowly drown. Okay, we're quickly drowning now. That's the worst one. So we're going to go back down. We got those ingots out of there. Is there anything in the hold? Look out below. It's a Joe. Hills. The way this intersects with the... Oh, that's interesting. It switches mast configurations as it enters a different biome. What a strange way to build a ship. Okay, well, I'm not sure that we're going to be able to find anything below decks on account of all this sand. But we've at least created a pocket in which we can breathe. Hey, there's a door. Speaking of pockets in which we can breathe. Okay, hey, there we go. We got some empty maps now. Or we got an empty map, some paper. We got another buried treasure map. Let's see if we can trade this out without drowning. Ooh, hey, this is actually a legitimately new buried treasure map. That's promising. The last one was already harvested, of course. Okay, you know what I'm realizing is I don't have a place to store all the stuff that I've got on me at this point. Ooh, a clock and okay. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to look real intently at setting up some sort of actual base. I'm going to go ahead and confirm the coordinates here are what I think is the area I'm supposed to be in. Looking around here and looking at the map, this is definitely the mouth of the bay. I need to lock this down. We need to claim this immediately. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a little sign here that says, at Joe Hills, mouth of the Great Bay. Done. I was going to say, light it up. Where are our torches? Boom. Now, this is not like the most defensible area yet. Obviously, in order to control a shipping lane, you need to actually, be able to bring fire to bear on anyone who tries to cut through here without paying the proper fines or fees. They're only fines if you don't pay the fees, which is fine. But in the short term, I'm looking at this. I've got a mess of an inventory. And I've got a sunken ship that I at least partially... Like, this is in my territory here. Maybe I should just clean this out and set this up as my initial base, like, structure. If we... How much is it going to take to actually unwaterlog this? Are we doing it? No. No, we are not doing it. I thought we were doing it. Where's the water coming from? Is it coming through the waterlogged stairs, are those acting as source blocks that are reflooding this whole room? That's an interesting problem to have. So we're going to go ahead and wipe those out. There go our shovel. Yeah, these waterlogged stairs are a great source of consternation for me at the moment. But, look at that. Okay, well, core concept, this will be fine. It isn't now, but, you know, I see the potential for this, for fineness in the future here. Dang it. Okay, so it turns out leaky submerged boats are leaky. Maybe this is not the best starting house for me. But we will have to see. Oh, wait, is that chest waterlogged? The chest itself is a source block. There we go. Now we have a starter structure. Boom. We're just going to throw some chests in here. We're going to immediately regret that decision. We're going to remove one of the chests. We're going to start placing things in chests. Look at this. Look at this. This is progress, folks. We almost have a base set up. Not really. This is not a real base yet. But it will be, and it'll be so full of love. You know, I kind of want to see if we can get this treasure, though, before any other hermits do. Can I figure out where this is in relation to me? Okay, so we're going to have to go out the mouth of the bay, it looks like, because we are still too far south. We're going to come back here, now that we've got our empty inventory and our heart full of adventure. We're going to come back here in a minute. Hey, not now, Squid. Seeking treasure, despite the advice of Pete from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Who famously said, "Do not seek the treasure." But what does he know? He's just a frog. Hey, dolphin. Map in hand, we embark on a quest to find a shark. No, not a shark, but yet a chest. I think it might be the best. Okay, so we're going to find the very chest like no one ever was. No, wait, here it is. Hopefully it's right here. Because I realized my shovel expired earlier, and I should have made a new shovel before I went on a buried treasure expedition. You know, that's the Joe Hills difference. But hopefully, we will actually find treasure relatively quickly and not be embarrassed. We will use the self-same map to search for the treasure. How far down is this stuff? Okay, let's get this bowl out of our offhand, for one thing. Like, we should be, like, right on top of it. This makes it really hard to see where we're digging to. Okay. We found it! Yay! Whoa! Heart of the sea. A whole bunch of emeralds. A leather tunic. Some cooked cod. Cooked cod stays good for years, folks. This is an ancient, like, banquet feast. We have done it, y'all. So what we're going to do is, as a courtesy to the other hermits, we're going to cover this up. And we're going to go ahead and leave a sign here that says, "Treasure found! Have a non-materialistic day." There we go. That's just a courtesy to whoever comes next. Now, you might say, Joe, are you going to remember from whence you came? Like Hamilton was supposed to? And that's a great question. I really think I came from this way. But I did log out and go to work and log back in since then. So, yeah, we're going to have to see how that goes. Hopefully, I will end up back near the mouth of that inlet. Now, I think... Ooh, hey, there's little sea turtles swimming around. I love how lively the ocean is. Minecraft is great. It doesn't take much to please me. Just give me a bunch of boats. No, let me give you a bunch of boats. That's it. I'm done. I'm happy. Like, this is just fun. Why don't we do this more? Why don't we just quietly sit and paddle? It's like, you know, I know it makes our spirits soar when we construct, you know, just towers that reach the heavens, but like, I think we lose something once we get elytras, once we get all the nether hubs and all that. I think the sea is going to call to people this season, and I will control its mouth. This bay has a mouth, and I must dream. So actually, I don't have any wool yet, so we probably need to get some wool. Realistically, that should be a priority, because it is going to get dark so soon. So soon. Now, given that I have started to excavate this a bit, we're not in terrible shape in terms of shelter. I actually wonder if the back of the ship might have offer further opportunities for experimental growth. Okay, so we've got an air gap here. That's nice. But that's immediately going to be an advantage lost. Oh, hey, no, actually, this stuff isn't considered waterlogged. Let's go ahead and get some torches in here. Still don't have a shovel. Realizing... Okay, yep, okay. That's why we don't always put torches on the ground, people. That, or one of many reasons. But hey, here we go. It is another chest, and this one has 2 suspicious stews in it. But the reason I brought up any of this was that I was thinking that we could presumably try to unwaterlog some of these other blocks in here, and eventually create an actual usable space entirely. Can we block this with a fence, or no, that turn that into a source block. Okay. Is the fence waterlogged? Okay, it is. Dang it. Okay, so we can't use fences to block things, which I guess arguably makes some degree of sense on some rational level. One thing that occurs to me we're going to need is the ability to establish a starter garden. Now, obviously, early game gardens are not going to be the most aesthetically pleasing. But you know what? That doesn't mean we need to accept that failure wholeheartedly. We can just look at that failure and be like, well, it'll be kind of okay. Like, so this is a great place for a garden because it's near the cows that we need to feed the wheat to make them repopulate after we steal their leather by harvesting it. Harvest is, of course, a very nice way to say taking from their skin. We have to flay the cows is the thing, and that's a process, and proximity to cower is going to be important for that. Let's go ahead and keep harvesting seeds real quick to just kind of bootstrap that farm, and then we can use the leather to make bootstraps that we can pull ourselves up by. You know, it's a virtuous cycle of labor. I can't wait. Time skip. With sweet, sweet sugarcane to set in the sand, and seeds sown in a little farm there, or maybe a garden, given the scale of the land used, I think that I'm starting to make a good kind of step forward agriculturally. You know, I got my little campfire here I can keep warm at by night, you know, that sort of thing. Oh, and then somebody built a gigantic mansion over there already. So, you know, I'm guessing that's probably either Doc or B-dubs, given the location. But you know what? That's fine. Just because other people have mansions that they inherited from previous seasons, I can still do my part. Look at this. We got a nice little bit of glass here. I've been slowly making this ship a little bit more ship shape. Kind of, it's still a bit drippy, unfortunately, but we got some proper illumination. We got a smithing table for all our smithing table and needs. We've got some barrels. Now, I mean, I haven't exactly gathered all the materials I'll need for my future builds yet. But, you know, a little bed down here. And this could possibly be a mine entrance at some point. I didn't intend for it to be, but apparently the back of the ship just dumps into, you know, stone. So, really, you know, I could start doing this for a while. Don't think I'm gonna. But now that we know that somebody's set up, or starting to set up a base over there, what I'm actually thinking I need to do is to relocate my garden. because I have a nice little wheat garden back over here that I've been using to slowly grow a small crop of cattle. But, this is probably just out of view distance of that person's base. So, realistically, that means that, these chunks aren't being loaded when I'm not online. Now, of course, humans, nature's chunk loader, are the best way to keep farms loaded. So what I'm kind of thinking about doing is just relocating all of this, or maybe just augmenting it for the time being, because right now we need so much wheat just to get things going that never hurts to have too much. Maybe we should just establish a nice little terraced farm right here. Now we can just gather some water, get some birch logs. Let's see, how do we want to do this? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and start establishing some terraces here that will hold the soil in place for our garden. Now, I think that water goes about 3 blocks away in terms of its, kind of nurturing abilities for the soil. So we're going to swing out this way and see how far that goes. Yeah, that should be about right there. See, this is a solid foundation for an initial terrace. The wheat in our terraced garden has begun to blossom, and as it blooms, I also want to point out, oh no, that's not an elytra I'm wearing. Okay, good thing there was an ocean there. Anyway, I was going to point out that we've also got a nice little vineyard kind of started here with some berries. It's not a proper vineyard yet, but I realized I like the idea of establishing a proper vineyard at some point in this season. I've been thinking about the one from Picard and the one from the Curse of Strahd book. There's a lot of good fictional vineyards out there, and just like good fictional ships, I don't want to make a generic one this season. I want to think real hard about the one I'm going to build and then execute that idea. So feel free to leave comments in the YouTube comment section below about which fictional vineyards or which fictional ships you'd like to see me build this season. Now, I figure we'll close this episode out by taking some barrels here back to the spawn, because, there's always going to be somebody that needs something, and maybe we should stop by there on our way. Provide what little comfort we can to those who have recently endured some terrifying tragedy that not only, destroyed their physical bodies, but also probably their beds, because at this point, nobody should be logging in for the first time. I think every hermit has been on the server who's going to be playing this season. So, we need to just head back that way and make sure that we are helping folks get set to go. Now, you guys might have noticed that this episode was mid-roll ad-free, and that is thanks to $50 a month Patreon sponsor, Winnie T. Ford. Now, in lieu of that mid-roll ad, I will now read a poem of my own devising. I call this poem, Like Your Enemy. I made war on the sea and became the waves. I made war on the peaks and became the stone. I made war on the heavens and became the sky. I made war on my neighbor and died, flesh and bone. Normally I'd end the episode right after the poem, but we're still on our way to that spawn island. I figure we'll get there soon. I might go ahead and give us a quick little time skip. We'll see what needs to be restocked, and then we will wrap things up. If you haven't already clicked that like button, here's a reminder that you don't really have to. I mean, I appreciate it when you do, but, you need to seize control of your own destiny. If you decide you didn't like this video, click dislike. That's a valuable metric. Much like the metric system itself, it has its place. And in this increasingly internationalized world, we need to appreciate that. I have no idea where I am, and it is getting dark out. I should have brought literally any map. Well, what do you know? There is that landmark mushroom island that we were looking for, which means that this little baby island with cute cheeks all ready for pinching. Oh, isn't it adorable? It's right here. Yay! We found it. So it looks like, wow, people have used a lot of these boats, and they took some of the tools, too. I probably should have brought more extra tools, but, that's fine. We'll go ahead and we'll put an extra sword, an extra shovel here. One thing I wanted to do was to actually make a bunch of bread for folks. So we're going to take some of this wheat too, and we can just separate this into little half stacks here, quarter stacks, you know, whatever floats your boat. Although the rate that people are actually using the boats is kind of alarming, so I'm kind of inclined to just throw a bunch of extra boats in here too, right? That seems wise to me. The sun is now setting, and I didn't bring no bedding, and I'm really regretting all the decisions that led me here. Except the choice to help my friends. I think that one will turn out in the end. Let's lay another barrel down this end and load it up with boats. We'll throw in some sweet berries so our friends can eat some cherries. We can rhyme and then make merry when we're a little bit more woke. It's actually getting pretty late here. So one last thing I did want to do was I wanted to put it on a campfire here just to make it easier for people to find this island in the future if they need to. And, you know, on the off chance that, like, you know, Iskall or Mumbo or somebody, like, respawns directly in the fire. That's always good for a laugh. You know, and that's what we came here to do. Watch the sunset and laugh. Until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring. Gonna wait to close the game till the sun goes down all the way. We did it.